What's going on? It is Alexander Williamson here with The Secret History Living in Your Aquarium. So, sorry about the little delay here. We were restarting routers and messing with the internet. I was on hold all day talking about, crazy, phone calls and stuff. But how's everybody doing? We all feeling good? Can you hear me? Want to make sure that everyone can hear me, see me. Hear me, see me, touch me, feel me. So today we'll answer questions. We'll do one of those kind of streams, like a normal, just everyday kind of stream, I guess. And then we will be doing, actually, we'll probably start this way. And it's kind of open panel in the sense that, you can always just ask questions. Today, we don't have an agenda. I was going to talk about the history of all the goldfish in America and how that happened, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So I think, let me get some Dr. Pepper going on here. I'm feeling a little washed out. I was, feeling a little run down from my lupus, and it's just got me feeling like death lately, like just not feeling the best. So let me get some Dr. Pepper in me, and hold on one sec. Let me adjust this screen real quick. Yeah, my teeth are looking better though, huh? Yeah, I mean, I think so. But hold on one sec. I'll be right back. So how's everybody doing? Yeah, my internet wasn't feeling well. I wasn't feeling well. But I went to the dentist today, and they took out a tooth that was broken. They didn't give me a new one. Now I just look like a friggin' snaggletooth piranha. But I just wanted to see how everyone's doing. Today, my agenda, my prerogative, that's my prerogative, is basically just to go over questions, concerns, comments that y'all may have. But really what I wanted to do also is I wanted to pretend to be a millionaire, because I would like to be a millionaire. I think you would too. And I was thinking maybe I would just go look at some sites like Redfish, Bluefish, or Aquarium Glazer, Aquatic Arts, places I usually shop, and think, what would I do if I just had unlimited money? And then maybe just talk about some of the pros and cons and ups and downs and fish combos that I could keep if money weren't not an option. So that's kind of the plan. And then interspersed with all that, we'll just do whatever anybody wants to talk about. So questions, hanging out, and basically just looking at some pretty fish and deciding what it is we would want. If you have any input about the fish we see, let me know. I wanted to start because my buddy Jason, great guy out on Whidbey Island in Washington, he has a aquarium store. Now, I'm sure most of you guys probably know him as Redfish Bluefish. So I want to pull up his store online, because he just got a new shipment in from Europe, basically. And hey, Steven, thank you so much. I'm $5, except for YouTube's cut, as he says, closer to being a millionaire. So thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate the super chat. Actually, it's very much appreciated. The other fun thing about having teeth that are just going to get pulled out and you're going to get some fake ones put in is you can eat candy corn and junk. And in theory, you don't even have to brush your teeth. I wouldn't do that. That's gross. But I will eat the candy and sugar. Nom, 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 nom. Because it's Halloween time, and my wife and I are putting up decorations, and she got some fun ones this year. She got some nice skulls and a fake little graveyard. I want to do an aquarium one if I can find enough little doodads to steal. Oh, my wife just arrived home. Hello, honey. She says hi, guys. But I think it'd be fun to do a little scene in the aquarium. Maybe even you could even put in that. I mean, you could use filter floss as the spider webs. It's pretty much the same thing, and you could do shrimp as your little spiders in the spider web in your aquarium using filter floss. I don't know, just a thought. Also, my lemon plecos had babies. Well, they had them a week ago, but they had the babies literally last night that came out of the cave and were like, hey, we're part of the world. And they were pretty cute. I think there were about 40 of them this time. That's probably their 15th set of babies since I've had them in 5 years. Hey, T-Bone, thank you so much for the super sticker, brother. How are you doing, by the way? I have not made the morning chats, you know, the East Coast morning chat shows and stuff. Also, I see that we've got Jess in here from Maine's Tail, Fins and Fur, or Fur and Fins. I switched that around. But let's see here. I'm having my. Oh, you're having your top teeth done in 2 weeks, so you feel me? Yeah, I'm having the bottom done, and then the top. I'm actually okay, except the side where the lightning blew it all out. But there's some cracks and stuff, so we'll see. Is it cold here now? Yes, it's. I don't know. It's been in the 40s and 50s, 40s at night, 50s in the day. Definitely fish season ended for tubbing, but mushroom season started, so that's a plus. And we might do a one-off live stream of some mushroom hunting because I know some of you guys had fun doing that last year. So the plecos that had the babies, I was gonna film a segment about it and share the info, but it was there was a massacre. Let's just be honest here. So I had my two bettas in this tank here, and I knew that, yeah, maybe they might eat a baby pleco, but I didn't really expect it. I thought maybe one would be what would happen. Well, as I dumped their cave out and they started rushing out, both the male and female pleco or betta rushed after him. Jackson Pollock Fish Stick, as his full name is, and Rose ate like, I don't know, 15 of them right off go. I mean, just yum, yum, yum. Well, they hadn't even chewed them. They just filled their bellies. And then I, immediately tried to figure out, oh, crap, and tried to catch them with little nets and put them in another tank. But there's a lot got into little aquascape cracks and rocks and stuff. And there's a lot of algae in there right now because it's being reset and it's kind of going through that phase. And yeah, it's just there's a lot. Those bettas better breed some real pretty babies, or I'm going to be really annoyed. Hey, what's up, Shanna? I'll be seeing you in a few days. That's exciting. Vizen, is that how you say it? Vizen. Hello. I'm glad you made it for a live stream as well. Let's see here. My candy of choice. It changes all the time. It used to be M&Ms, and then I used to love sucking like fruity, like hard candies and stuff like that, like Jolly Ranchers and stuff like that, or taffy. But since the accident, since my teeth have been bad, I have to be careful, and it's pretty much all just candy that you can suck on, or chocolate, soft chocolate. But yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for Fishtoberfest. Less than a week away. I did a podcast that I was on the Fish Insider, Aquarium Insider, that is, not Fish Insider, the Aquarium Insider podcast, and talked with a guy who happens to own a big fish farm down in, well, I don't know about big, but 7-acre fish farm in Florida. And he's going to come on the show and talk to us about the dark side or the secret side of fish farms and the part that the public doesn't know about losses, death, how things are treated, how dense the ponds are kept, and which options we have and what it truly means when something's tank raised versus raised in America in a pond versus imported versus wild caught, and what that looks like. So I'm excited to have him on. It should be probably in the next week or two. And obviously this weekend I'll be streaming from Fishtoberfest. Now, the other thing, like I said, Jason, who owns Redfish Bluefish, he's a friend of mine and a viewer of the channel. He also has a YouTube channel, but he's kind of backed off on that because he's so freaking busy with the store. Yeah, Dan Connor, exactly. That's who it is, Ian. So yeah, let me pull this up real quick. By the way, YouTube has been bizarre. When I change the time on something in StreamYard, it's not going to, it's not reverberating into the YouTube, actual YouTube itself, which is just kind of annoying. So like I changed the time to 4:50 or whatever from an original 4:20. So like I changed the time to 4. So yeah, but it didn't catch up, or it just updated every 10 minutes or some ridiculousness. So that was an odd thing that happened. So sorry when that happens and it looks like I'm a half hour late. A lot of times what happened is I just changed the time. So look for a new stream, because I think the one stream went down and the other one went up. But yes, there was a massive social media outage yesterday, and I will blame that on me being later today. All right. Well, Jason is a really, really knowledgeable guy. And he predominantly, I got to know him, he was into doing tissue cultures at home and collecting rare plants. And I was working, I was doing YouTube first, and then I worked at Aquarium Zen for a while. But then, I got to know him, and he started up a site originally called Tissue Culture HQ. And now he's got a real shop, and he sells tissue cultures, but he sells lots of other things. And he focuses on rare apistos and fish from Europe, essentially, from the Czech Republic and Germany and Poland and Hungary, like that are strains you've never seen here in the US a lot of times, or that are hard to find. Some of it that's been bred since like back in the Cold War days, stuff like that. So, yeah. So let's get this up. So we're going to share, because sharing is caring. But if we were a millionaire, if I were a rich man, let's look through some of his fish. And, essentially, what would we buy and what would make a nice tank? Like what if we had a 500-gallon tank and literally we have 15 minutes to buy whatever it is we want? And if you guys have opinions, if you've kept some of these fish and you think like, oh, I disagree, or I think this goes good with that, or this, whatever, like whatever your thoughts are, or I would want this, let me know. And if you guys want, his website, I don't have any discount codes or anything like that, but his website is redfishbluefish.shop. And then we'll probably go to Aquatic Arts, because they've got mud skippers and some other really cool stuff. And I kind of just, some days I don't know what fish I want to talk about, and I get tired of showing you all my fish. and they go through different cool fish. So if you guys don't mind, I mean, not trying to make an advertisement out of it per se, but just kind of using it as a tool with great pictures of fish, and sometimes there's some info there. And if you like it, you can buy it, which is handy. There's not a way to link like, hey, I found it from Alex or anything with Jason, but he's just a buddy, and so I want to show him some love and see what he's got, because I might buy it, So we'll see here. So let's go first and look at all tropical fish. So he's got the lowest shipping rates I've found, which is pretty crazy. He's got some really sweetheart deals. I don't know what he had to do to who at FedEx to get the deal he's got right now, but it's like, I don't know, 20 or 30 bucks to ship stuff anywhere in the country overnight, I think. I might be slightly off there, but something like that. All right off the bat, if I had a lot of money, these are two fish I would want. Actually, you don't even need a lot of money for this one. But the Panduro, I've seen another Panduro that's literally white. And instead of having like any red on the tail, it just had like more blue, but it had thicker black bands. And that's one, I think the Wet Spot carries that. Oh, also, if we do go to Aquatic Arts, the link's in the description. You can get 15% off, and it helps the channel out, get a little commission, and then I buy fish with my money that they count up off the commission. And we do giveaways, so it helps everybody. They sponsored our aquascaping contest, and I don't know, but let me know what you guys think about this little idea of kind of window shopping, dream shopping with y'all, and let me know if you think it's interesting, or if you're like, Alex, stop, it's boring, it feels weird, it feels squishy, I don't like it. So, man, he's got a lot of Apistos right now. But if I were putting an Apisto sanctuary tank together, what would I do? So first of all, yes, Redfish, Bluefish, and Aquatic Arts happen to both be sponsors of Fishtoberfest, which is nice of them. They'll be giving away gift cards, and it's free entry. They'll be giving away fish, gift cards, snails, things like that. Aquatic Arts has some crazy vampire crabs and snails right now. And yeah. Let's see. Mick, you're saying Pistogramma rosate? Is that what the all white and black and white style ones are called? Is that what you're talking about? Mick is our total expert at Apistos. So yeah, Jason's store definitely has that. Oh, nice. You won $100 from Aquatic Arts at Aquashella. Right on. Yeah, they're being pretty generous. They're trying to give back to the fish keeping community. It's one of the reasons why I work with them. Yeah, I really enjoy what they do, and I try to do the same when I can, Now, I just got these to breed, the Bickford's red pencilfish. This isn't actually a very good picture of them. They're normally this beautiful little champagne color, much more subtle than this would appear. This kind of makes them look washed out in salmon or tan, and they're actually a very nice color. You can see them in my tanks. These are awesome. I love the cappuccino snails or black devil snails, but we're trying to find out here. Let's see. I wonder if we can do it by the type of Apisto. He's already been sold out of, I mean, a lot of his stuff sells out. So it's under Dwarf Cichlids. Now, you can't keep a bunch of different species of Apistos together, according to a lot of people. But, I mean, if you're a millionaire, no, as long as you're not going to sell the babies if they did happen to crossbreed or whatnot, and they have enough room, if you have at least 2 caves for every possible fish and, have a good setup, I think it's probably all right. you just don't want to be introducing any crosses to the hobby and muddling the genes or color lines. But yeah, so these banshees, the Incas, they're really nice fish. I've had these before, and I really like them. I miss them. I want them back. I wish I had them. So if I had some good money, I would definitely like get, I don't know. I wonder how many you could put together in a setting. Like Mick maybe knows. How many Epistos has the most you've seen in a tank together, other than, you know, just babies growing out? But I mean, I bet you could, if you had like a super long tank, like, you know, 500-gallon long tank. So it's like 10 feet long and like, I don't know, 2 feet wide and 2 feet tall, and then whatever, 20 feet long, or however, whatever it would be, 15 feet long. I bet you could have quite a few Epistos in there. And yeah, I think that these banshees are probably up there with my top favorite fish, Episto fish, that is. I mean, this looks very much like a dwarf cichlid of another sort, the Rams, and yet these change color more. They're less finicky with care, and yeah, they're just interesting. The other thing about Jason's website that I just thought I'd shamelessly plug is that he's got pretty good info. I mean, actually, not pretty good. He's got really, really good info on the fish. I mean, stuff about like their original collection points and the rivers they're in, and the water conditions and all that stuff. So I appreciate that Aquatic Arts, that they do that. Like, whereas the wet spot, you kind of have a list that you go through, but you don't really get to see the fish. There's usually like one thumbnail half the time that shows up. But it's really nice to have all that info there so you can better inform yourself. But I mean, there's some super rare Epistos too that we could get into. But when you look at some, they're like, wow, that gets expensive, $35.99. It doesn't look that exquisite. Like, why would I pay that for this? And that's where you really get your diehard Episto collectors and keepers that just want to have something new or unusual that's just not in the hobby as much, that kind of thing. But a good starter Episto for anybody, I would say, is the Agassizi Fire Red, or a Cockatoides is another good one. Hongsloi. Those are really, I mean, these are really good ones here. And this is the same species. This is just like, it's got a leucistic gene or something like that that makes it look albino, essentially. It's not true albinism, but yeah. And then when we get into Cockatoides, you can get your super reds and orange flashes. And oh, here we go, right here. Gold red ones. Look, $7.99. Who sells Epistos from Europe for $7.99? Well, Jason does. Oh, but they're out of stock. Of course, they're out of stock. But his website is redfishbluefish.shop. And if you guys do buy something, that's rad. Maybe tell him Alex sent you. I don't know. Maybe I can weasel my way into these. I would like to get one of these again. I used to have these, and the male killed the female, surprisingly. But the Hongsloi or Hongsloi, they're really pretty. They can be very different. But look at this kind of gunmetal blue or gray. It looks like they were spray painted with like that gold or gold spray paint in the front, and then the silver in the back, and then it looks like red was sprayed over all of that, because you see it just kind of like hanging out on there. They're a neat fish there, and only $16, which is like, dang, Jason, keeping your prices low, but is that too low? These are another incredible one, the McMasteri. they're just McMaster eyes are just really cool. I mean, look at that fish; it's beautiful. Let me look at the comments too. Sorry, guys, I'm neglecting you guys. I'm getting caught up in the dreaming about what's out there as far as Apistos go. And this is just a sliver, but he's always putting up new stuff in as far as Apistos go. So I figured his website would be the best to look at first. Yeah, here's the I never say it right, but the Jensens. I can't say it. I never can. Mick has told me a million times, but I still have these. I still have a pair of these in with my Mormarid and my rainbow fish, and I really like them. They're pretty hardy, and I've enjoyed them quite a bit. But he's got Trifasciata. He's got the Mamore Reds, which it's interesting. Mamore is part of a region or part of the river, and there's red angelfish. There's these red Apistos, and I think there's a couple other red fish, which is just interesting to me that there's this like river, and why have so many different species evolved this red highlight on them? Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's brownish red water. I've never looked. And then we've got the Abacaxis, which does he still have those? Yeah, he does. These are going for like $40 at the shop by my house, but they're real pretty when the males color up, definitely. And so are, for that matter, these Mamore Erythrea. Let's see here. 3 to 4 species in 180 centimeter long tank. If you choose an Apisto from different lines, I don't think they will crossbreed, says Mick, and I trust Mick. So, yeah, right on. Mix them all up. I've put a few different kinds together, definitely. Yeah, Mick. Oh, yeah, you got Inca 50s. Yeah, they're really fun. Yes, Nicini. That is not how I would spell it. Wrong. I say who says what. Also, just an update. We'll be doing the rest of the last few of the runner-up. Oh, look at this! Only $10. Wow, these are great. I mean, I'm gonna buy these. Like, I'm gonna call Jason and put these on hold. That they're so pretty when they're in the right setting. If you give them like a nice contrasting backscape of light colored rocks, but then like your gravel and stuff is actually dark, they kind of stay colored up usually. Give them some plants and a few different caves. They look really beautiful. These, I mean, they're pretty much, these are the Apistogramma borelli, but they sometimes, there's a variant called the opal borelli or borellii, and pretty similar. Look at this one. I'm sure this is another Dutch name. Rotpunkt. Rotpunkt. And that's like an understated, but look at that. I've never seen a fish with like baby blue and yellow and black. I mean, that's really cool to see in one fish. Never seen blue overlaying yellow like that, I don't think. I'm trying to think if I'm lying to you. I mean, that's blue and yellow, but it's not the same. It's like that other one's like a turquoise. And then he's got these are great. The Vieja Dwarf Cichlids. Oh, he's out of stock on some of them. The Vieja 2. These looked great. When I went in person during my live stream months ago, he had another shipment of these, and they were so pretty. And there's the tank boss that's usually all puffed up and colorful, and I really, really was interested in those. These were another one, and then he had some polar versions too that were incredible, like zebra versions, and Man, oh, if I had an endless amount of money, I would definitely get some of these. I would get, you know, a school of these, like 20 of them. And I'd also get some like Geophagus earth eaters, and you know, I'm trying to think of some friendly smaller cichlids that you could get that are central or South American. That is confusing. Yeah, T-Bone has said it. Alex rarely has people up. Yeah, I don't have people up a whole lot on the stream just because one, it's like coordinating, and two, the main reason really is that once I let someone up, everybody wants to come up, and then I get people who feel left out or upset, and I don't want people to feel that way. I'd rather them be mildly mad that no one's up than feeling singled out, like, oh, Alex doesn't want me up, because that's not true. It's just yeah, I mean, I there's a lot of times when I would really like to have a panel of people and like to chat with people, but it gets tricky quickly. Red spot is what rot punked means. All right. Thank you, Mick. You rock. Yeah, with the pistos, you can keep males together. It helps to have some females in there to kind of diffuse their energy. Holy cow. Jason told me he was getting these. These are going to sell out like instantly. This price and this quality. Look at these things. He sent me a picture of them when he was putting them through quarantine. Snow White, Bristlenose, Ancistrus. These are like liquid gold. And if they're Ancistrus, so I've never bred these specifically, but I hear they're pretty easy to breed. And I mean, right now I've seen them going for $100 for a mid-size compact. Really cool. I could see putting those in with the pistos in your aquascape. It wouldn't be a natural one, but they pair off really well. Pistos and some stuff like that, like smaller dwarf cichlids and corridoras work out okay. Sometimes corridoras get a little nosy and want to go into the caves and stuff, and then the pistos, like, just because they're protecting their young or their future young, they get all defensive and, you know, yipe, 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 a little chihuahua-ish about things. Looks like he's also got the long fin white clouds for cheaper than everyone else in my area. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, he's got these Czech Cardinal Tetras too that are really incredible quality. The red on them is so big and so intense. They're a tank bred one. I don't know how he's offering them for that price though. I mean, they're going for $5 other places right now. Everything's gone up around the fish world. Oh wow, he's got a sale going on these red neon blue-eyed dwarf rainbow fish. You guys have seen these in my tank, and they'll actually turn like blood red, and they're beautiful. They have this blue line of reflection that just moves and shimmers, but it moves around on them. And if we did a whole new tank together talking about stuff I like, I would love to see like 100 of these in an aquarium. They hang out near the top, like the top 6 inches or so, and they can be a little shy at feeding. So you kind of need to make sure that they're not outcompeted by more boisterous fish. Let's see here. Kona Extreme Aquatic says, I have a question. I have those Japan blue dot swordtails, but I was told guppies, but I just saw on the list it is listed as an endler. Which is it? That's always hard to know, but it's probably a guppy. Probably. If let's see here if he's got some other endlers to show. So, I mean, these look like your typical endler here. They've got the sleek body. Their tail isn't crazy long or anything. Their belly, if we click on this, their belly doesn't come down that low. They're not like, it's not a big old sagging belly. Their eye is also bigger than half of their head, essentially. So if you put the eyeball up, I mean, you could fit maybe 2 eyes, but probably not even 2 eyes in the space of the head if you stack them. But this is for a pair of these, and these are the bleeding heart ones, which are really cool. They are really, really nice fish. This is where it's hard to tell for sure, but it looks again like these have an endler influence just because of the softer colors and this fin on top being this little kind of shape it is. But the fact that they've got this bigger body would indicate that to me that they're not pure endlers. The other thing is endlers are newer than guppies in the hobby by 100 years or so. And so they've been crossed, but they're not necessarily the lines that have been worked with that are like blue stars or black bar endlers, snakeskin endlers. They're not quite as elaborate in the features. So there's not like long fins and crazy color patterns and different mutations and morphs that you get in the guppies world. So they're a little more streamlined and natural looking. I don't know if that makes any sense. A lot of times they have a dark spot too. Oh, Steven has 30 of the pseudomagills. Nice. In a 90. That's probably really cool. LMA Aquarium says, I'm going to move into a new apartment. Can you tell how to ship filter media? It will take me about 3 days to reach my new apartment. So the main thing with filter media is you want to keep it oxygenated if possible. So, I mean, the best way to do it is to get a big old 5-gallon bucket with a lid and get one of those USB chargeable filter or air pump things that you can just plug into a USB charger, and then it can also run, I think, for 6 to 8 hours on its own. And that can run an air stone, which will definitely move the water around enough and keep that substrate alive. Now, if you can't do that, you could just seal it up and hope for the best kind of thing. Most of it will die and you'll get kind of a bacteria bloom, but you will still get some that survives if it's a 2 to 4 day period. You'll still have some survive just if you keep it submerged and have enough ammonia or nitrites in the water for them to feed, because bacteria needs to keep eating, and some of the bacteria only live a day or two, but they're in a colony, so it's this kind of continuous thing. So I would either do the pump on a bucket and bring it with you and charge it at night or whatever, or I guess you could kind of put them in something in the mail that's that's totally wet. That's what I would do. But 3 days for a move, that is a tricky amount of space. You might be better off just starting a new like with like one of those Fritz, or I happen to like ATM. They have a good one, which is Colony is what it's called. Colony. And that has started up aquariums really well for me when I've used that one. Oh, he's also got in stock right now Bentley Pasco, who will be going at 7, I believe. He's got the beautiful Moscow Guppies, which, man, they're incredible. But it's a pair for $34.99. I mean, people were wanting to pay him $100 for these. I think Jason is the only one you can buy them through also. So those are incredibly beautiful fish. Those are originally those were originally from oh, what's his name? I'm sure it says on here. And Bentley kind of found a lady who had been squirreling away a group of them, and now he's got this big, like, I don't know, 100-gallon tank that's full of them. What was that guy's name? It's not Ian, not Fuller. I'm getting the Corridora thing mixed up. But somebody gonna say, oh, Roebuck. Yeah, Luke Roebuck. That's who originally bred this line. And I mean, it's hard to explain online, but these are iridescent. So any color you see in here could appear anywhere on the fish, like as light moves. So that greenish yellow actually shimmers all the way up into here if you're like looking at it from a specific angle. And they're just really pretty. Plus the females have a little something of a marker in their tail, so you can tell them apart, which is a big plus in my mind. Also, these little spiked neorites, that's the cheapest price I've seen them for one. Oh, he sold out. But these guys are the best, in my opinion, at not leaving those little hard white calcium deposit of eggs. Yeah, I like those. Aquatic Arts has some really colorful ones too. Well, I'll show you guys those in a sec. But let's just see. Oh, he's got a really good price on Clown Killies or Rocket Killies. One of my favorites. Another one that's not too hard to breed. I'm breeding them right now, so we will see just how easy they are. I know I say that, and then I'll probably be wrong. All right. Let's see here. So how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody feeling good? Let's see what Tetras he's got. Oh yeah, these gold neons are a nice one. These are actually the blue neon, the Innis Tetra, but they are albino, I guess, or leucistic yet again. They've got the blue eye, or like the silver black eye, not the red pink eye. But you can see all the blood vessels through them, which kind of freaks some people out. But to me, you can actually learn a lot about watching these translucent versions of fish, and you can see their heart beating and all sorts of crazy stuff, especially young versions of translucent fish. Wow, I haven't seen these for sale anywhere either. These red laser tetras like this, $8.99. Man, these things feed like sharks. They're nuts. If I had a lot of money, I would get literally 100 of these, and maybe some Cochise tetras too. And yeah, they'd look really good. These blue diamond head ones are another cool variety of the neon blues. And he's got green neons. Man, he's got both, all of the stuff right now. And of course, my favorite, I still have mine, but it would be really neat to see a whole school of these. You make sure that nothing is nippy in your tank, because their fins look like fishing lures. But the tank right behind me, right here, I still have those. Can't get them to breed for the life of me. But I mean, look at the finnage on these things. They're insane. And a lot of them, they come and the females are like bulged out with eggs. These are the ones in his store that I took a picture of, I think. Yeah. And they get this big adipose fin right here. It gets big and it's got dots on it. It's like it's colorful, which is just kind of unusual. Oh, nice. You caught, Chris says he caught gold shiners, minnows. Interesting. That's neat. Ooh, you have green lasers, huh? S says he has green lasers. Nice. Those are cool tetras. I like the, what if he did those with the green or orange laser? Oh, he's got Coachus tetras too. These get really beautiful where you get a purple and or magenta lavenderish kind of color right on, not lavender, but magenta, violet maybe would be the, is that the right word? Crimson almost. It's like a royal red laid over with a little bit of blue in it, but right on the tail it gets really pretty, and then they get kind of a turquoise in the belly where it fades to silver again. They get to be one of the bigger tetras in as far as what's popular in our hobby. There's some real big tetras out there in the world, but these just happen to get to like maybe 2.5 inches if you really feed them a lot. Oh, he sold out of the blueberry tetra. Those are rare one. But rummy nose, if you're talking about you need a fish that's a good schooler, that the rummy nose tetra is probably the best, like affordable schooler, that or the reed tetra. Either one though, you can get them schooling like a bait ball, like something you'd see out in the open ocean or whatnot. Mosquito tetras, interesting. Coachus tetras mixes are called mosquito tetras over in Europe. He's also got, oh, they're out of stock. I was gonna say, wow, he's still got these. That's amazing. For $3.99, he had super blue carries. He tends to update his stock though pretty frequently, so I don't know, but he's got some cool stuff at the moment. Those white plecos, man, I want those so badly. All right, let's look at the ones that I'm like realistically thinking about getting like now. Look at these mud skippers too, by the way. If you guys want a discount, so this is Aquatic Arts. These are my OG friends. I really dig them. And the code is History Secret, all in caps, 15 for your first time, or History Secret 10. Now these products, they already have some on 30% sale right now, so you can get basically 45% off what they were listed at one point. And most fish companies do a 3% markup, and so, or not 3%, but a threefold markup. 3 to 4. And so that lets you know that, so maybe if it's a $10 fish, they bought it for say $3. And if it's $10 and it's on 45% off sale, you know, you're paying what, $5.50, $6.50 for the thing, or $5.50 or $6 for the thing, and they paid $3. I mean, you're getting close to, you know, it's pretty cool that there's stuff like that. So they have the lemon plecos, which I think they always sell short in the photos. Usually their yellow lemon plecos look like this, where they're really yellow, like really banana yellow. And oh, they're out. Dang it. But what I wanted to show you guys on this one, other than the mud skippers, which, man, these look like a nice line. Aquatic Arts takes really good care of trying to make sure they find the best lines possible, not just any line will do with fish. And they will pass up a lot of offers to get something more formidable. But look at these little guys. They're so much fun. They get so fat and derpy, and they've got that blue, the beautiful blue on them, but you do need a little area for them to kind of come up out of the water a bit. And they're just such little characters. Pretty much a species only tank, but yeah. Alex, any tips for fixing low flow in a canister filter? It's a Zoomed Turtle Clean 30. I took it apart and cleaned the impeller and hoses, but it's still hardly flowing. Well, sometimes you actually do clog your filter media, your the sponges. They get moldy or bacteria or whatever it may be, algae, and you just need to buy new ones to put in there. Now, what I do if I hit that point, instead of going and buy more, I usually go get filter media, like filter floss that's cheap, like $4 for a big old bag. It's basically the batting inside of a pillow, but just no chemicals on it, no anti-fire chemicals that household batting and stuffing usually has. Man, look at that fish. What an alien looking fish. So cool. I mean, only $25. I've seen these things like $50 locally. Really cool. But yeah, a lot of times what I do with like a canister filter is I will fill it with stone or like lava rock that's really porous and has high surface area, or I'll get the ceramic bio beads and I'll put those in there, and I'll take a layer of sponge out, and then I still leave this polishing sponge in. That's what usually gets clogged because it's the finest of the sponges and stuff. So it could be that. It could be that, or one of your inflows or outflows could also be obstructed. Maybe at one of the bends in tubing. I would check into that. But yeah, all these things, you take an extra 30% off. They've also got olive, jade, mystery snails, McCulloch's dwarf rainbow, mini red, super Ludwigia. This stuff's really pretty. I add a lot of this growing immersed. And that's what it looks like immersed pretty much too. Ooh, cheap Raphael catfish too for that. Here we go. So this is crazy. These are so new to the hobby, yet they're so cool. Has anybody kept these? Because they have both the pom-pom, teeny tiny crabs, little crabs, but they also have aquatic arts. Look what they have in stock right now. Oh my gosh, I want this. With the white claws, yellow eyes, and then like probably a red or I can't tell for sure. Maybe it's black back, or the apricot vampire. I mean, look at this incredible animal. How pretty this thing is, and they stay pretty small. Yeah, I mean, temperature 72 to 82, pH 7.5 to 8.5. So they want a little bit of hardness. KH for humidity 75%. So that's so you can, if they get out of the water, walk around, that they have tropical-like humidity. But it says you could put a trio in a 5-gallon, so they stay really small. Adult size is 5 centimeters, or essentially under 2 inches. Just beautiful. I mean, oh, they're out of this one. This is the other one that I was like, man, I want to get that one. I like the big white claw and then the extreme color. And then the fact that they have the little eye dots, even though I think they have like kind of like compound eyes. This one I'm waiting for too to come back in stock. They've got such a selection of these. Every week they've got something coming or going, but use the codes. Wait till they're 30% off, like without a code, because they don't let you stack codes usually on most websites. And those are just really cool. Oh, sorry guys. Gosh. I just realized what happened. Thank you for telling me that I'm an idiot. Boom. Wow, guys, I feel stupid. Sorry that took so long for me to read what you were saying. But yeah, look at this. I mean, these are such pretty crabs. I want these. And they can breed in fresh water. I mean, look at that face. It's a face only a mother could love. They're just goofy looking. And they're cleanup crew. They're not big enough to be mean. They're only, like I said, they max out at 2 centimeters. But yeah, this white Mandarin vampire crab, super pretty with the legs look like they're glowing. And they've got the orange disco vampire, which I think that name is hilarious to me. Look at these guys from above, though. Wow, that's a disco right there. That's for sure. Looks like they only have females left. That's sometimes not true if you email them. Be like, Alex said sometimes it's not true. Do you guys have anything else in stock? You can hit them up at the info desk. But yeah. And you guys can get 15% off if you've never used the code. So that's pretty sweet. But look at these, man, these pom-pom crabs. They've still got a bunch of these, and they're just an interesting. I've never kept them, but I feel like I need to. People are paying. I mean, $30 I've seen up to for these, and they are tiny. I mean, this is on a moss ball, so they're like, I don't know, a centimeter or something. But real interesting. I'm not as interested in them though as I am in all these cool, like the orange-eyed vampire crab or the orange-armed Borneo crab. I mean, it just doesn't get prettier than this to me. That is such a cool-looking crab. They've got a female there too. That's odd. All right, so if we go to, I'm curious to see what's gonna happen if I do something here. So if we go to freshwater fish, or actually let's do inverts. I'm curious what shrimp they have right now. All right, Benjamin, take it easy. They're like sand fleas, says Alec the Nice. Yeah, I know, they're teeny. Yeah, I hadn't seen crabs in the hobby until a few years ago, other than hermit crabs. But the more you know. Ding. Yeah, oh, they got Pinocchio shrimp back. See, if you want to make money, I think the money is at, I mean, obviously high-end Caridina, you can make some money. But you don't make as much breeding cherry shrimp anymore. So if you want to breed like blue bolts or green incredible hulks or galaxy pintos or something like that, you can still sell a small amount to a small amount of people for high money. But with these Neocaridina, there's so many coming in from overseas, and they've got them tank bred here. Look at all they've got: Painted Fire, Red Really. They've got Sakura Red shrimp, and they've got Bloody Mary, which are all different, very different lines. But they've also got the orange Really or Riley shrimp, and these are more like a yellow than an orange sometimes, which to me is very unusual. Sometimes that happens with these yellow ones here. Never have I seen it happen with the yellow, the gold line yellow ones. They have Palmata gene in them rather than just Neocaridina davidi. You can watch my shrimp videos if you're curious about the lineage. But I mean, look at this. They've got the green jade ones back. Oh my, or the chocolate, the green jade chocolate line. So these ones are the greenest green shrimp I've ever seen for Neocaridina. They're really cool. And you can get 15% off by using my code. It's in the description. History Secret 15. And the other thing is you get entered into the drawings I do, the giveaways. I just gave away another $50 gift card that I was able to fund because you guys bought stuff. Yeah, it's nice to have these freshwater crabs rather than all the brackish stuff. Like traditionally in the hobby, you need brackish water for crabs, or you need like land, like they're land crabs, but not the case here. They've also got the blue dream as well as the blue diamond that look really good. They've really gotten their lines down, and they have the carbon Rillies, which should be called blue Rillies. I don't know why they're not. Oh, they've got the black diamond chocolate shrimp too. Man, I need to buy only $3.99. These come out different colors, and they kind of change their color in their mood too. Man, for that price, I'm probably gonna have to buy. Yeah, I'm gonna add that to cart. Also, I'm always looking out for honey because honey tries to steal all these different rewards and tags and prices and stuff like that, and that's the reason we have to change the password that gets people the discount. That's the reason we have to change our code for Aquatic Arts, is because there's no way to track if I'm doing it. If honey starts giving my code to people, then there's no way to know, and it's really annoying. Hey, Terry, what's up? Spreading the love. I really appreciate it, brother. Thanks, man. Really. This site, Donovan, this site is Aquatic Arts. It's the company I work with the most. They do a really good job of giving back to the community. I mean, they give free tanks to teachers and classrooms, and then they'll stock them basically too, like the tank itself and the classroom. They've done that for years. They're giving back to, conservation stuff. And then they also, if you're good at breeding something, they'll buy you breeding stock. And I mean, if you've had a relationship with them, if you bred something for them, like say you breed angelfish for them, well, you can sell them angelfish from anywhere in the country as long as the price is right for them. And they will sell them at a little higher price or pay more for shipping because they're paying for the shipping of you shipping your fish to them at the retail price, essentially, and then shipping it to overnight to customers. So the shipping is kind of high, and I know that people always say, "Oh, I can't do it because of that." So my attitude is, I just make sure that I have either a friend who's going to order something with me, or I just make it, over $100 so that it's worth my while. Because a lot of this stuff I want to just pick up, but I don't want to spend $100 that day. So that's what's tricky. That's how they get me. That's why because I won't be thinking anything of it, and then I'll order something and be like, "Oh yeah, I really want that," and then see shipping's like whatever $40, and I'll say, man, I can't spend 40 plus 20 on this thing. So then I end up spending another 100 to bring the price down per fish, because once you pay for the box for shipping, it's all the same price. So once you have that medium-sized box, it's cheap. Man, that's cool too. The deluxe pack of mystery snails. They have a lot of nice mystery snails. These tank bred ones. They buy a lot of them in the Midwest locally from hobbyists. Oh man, their red racer neorites are back too. I need these as well. Holy cow. How many do you get for? Oh, man. I probably need at least 5. Yeah, or add to cart. I love these. You can also buy the B grade ones of them frequently, which is when this happens, when the tip breaks off, or they have a scuff mark, or they have a crack that healed, and their pattern isn't perfect. That's when they charge more than the $4 a snail or whatever. Yeah, like these guys. Or, I mean, just look at this tiger nearite. Look at that pattern. It's just with the red, like the fade. Only $3.99. Ooh, don't make me do this, Aquatic Arts. All right, pulling the trigger on it. Added to cart. Oh, they've got the zebras too. Actually, I'll take those out. And look at this 3 assorted one. I'm going to get like 10 of these because they don't lay eggs in your tank nearly as much as the other nearites. And they come in a range of colors and styles. And they're rough enough to survive being in a tank with bettas usually, even though they're these little tiny, maybe the size of a pea when they're like really young, and then they get the size of a grape, not even the size of a grape max. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get 10 of those. Okay. Sorry, guys. You guys are basically just watching me shop at this point now. Oh, they've got Batman nearite snails too. Man, I've never even seen these ones for only $2.99. Prem Banan. I don't know those. And the Batik nearites. Man, why are they making this so hard on me? And they got all those crabs staring at me in my face again. They used to, yeah, they have freshwater clams frequently. And Thai micro crabs is the other thing they carry. Pagoda snails, they're out of at the moment, but usually carry those. And then these Indonesian floating frogs, man, I would love to get some of those. They're out right now too. They leave what's out of stock up there so that people can still read about what they bought, as well as you can also say, hey, I want to be reminded when X, Y, or Z comes back into stock. Like, they're the only people I knew that was selling these red onyx shrimp last year, and they're like these, like, they've got metallic underneath, and yet they're a neocaridina. They look like a little machine, like a little mech warrior or something. I don't know. All right, let's go to all fish real quick. So many species to choose from. I know. Asia Llewellyn says, I've had really good customer service with Aquatic Arts. Fast shipping and worth the costs in the end. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Let's see here. So we were going to go look and see what, if we do all fish, all freshwater fish, all the fish, all the fish, man. Oh, man. They're calling my name. They're calling my name. They're calling my name. These mud skippers. I don't have the setup for them. I can't do it. I can't do it. Can't do it. Hey, Alex. Alexandre Raposo. Hello. And Mr. Gromby. Hello. And what's in the cooler? Hey, what's up? Oddball announcement. There was not really an oddball announcement. I'm just looking through fish, saying all the things I want at Aquatic Arts and Redfish, Bluefish. But Aquatic Arts is one that I can get you guys a discount. I might try to see if Jason will do a deal with us. where we can get a discount going for, you know, a shopping time or something. But oh man, so my dream tank that I've wanted forever, and I've set it up in small scale, but I would love like a 500-gallon like rimless, where I do a big old aquascape with like a snag of like a log and then some sand, kind of like a hill stream, like the edge of a hill stream lake and a marsh, like Lake Inlay. And I would actually put like rice patties growing in there. Let's see here. But you could get these erythromicron emerald dwarf rasboras, and you could get like in that size tank, you could, I mean, you can easily do 2 of these per gallon, if not 3 per gallon, for them to be happy. And then same with these, you could probably do 4 per gallon if you've got a well-planted tank usually. But I like the Phoenix Rasbora more than the Boraris maculatus or the Pygmy Rasbora. But this fish is also from nearby the Kubota or Kubatai. And then same with this Sabua resplendens, which is, now they're calling it a Sabua barb, but it's been called the rummy nose, like the orange rummy nose Rasbora, or the rummy nose Rasbora rather than the rummy nose tetra. But these are just like a really beautiful fish. The blue is hard to describe on them. It doesn't show up in these pictures super well, but it's like a dull gray undertone with metallic flakes of blue over it. It's a really interesting color. Scissortail Rasbora, glow light Rasbora, purple harlequin Rasboras. These are just incredible. It says $16.99, but I'm sure that's for 3 or 4 of them. Also, they had Panda Loaches, which I need to get more of, but for me, $20 is a lot. They're almost $20 a piece. They are going in, like they are going to be probably critically listed soon. And Aquatic Arts won't carry stuff once it's listed on anything, even on the threatened list. I do have a little bit of Weeping Moss, Mr. Gromby. I enjoy it. The Emerald Dwarf Rasbora, the great question, is not the same as the Celestial Pearl Danio, but they are extremely similar, and they can have babies together. And in my video, I did a video recently called Colony Breeding Nanofish, and I have a hybrid, a male that is a half Galaxy Rasbora or Celestial Pearl Danio, whatever you want to call it. They're actually a Danio. They're not a Rasbora. And he has the half Emerald Dwarf Rasbora, which is the erythromicron. These are also from the region. They've got all sorts of stuff, though. With these are one of the easier rainbow fish to breed if you want to try it. What's in the cooler? Mr. What's in the cooler says, watching this channel gives me tank goals. Well, I'm glad. Thanks, man. Alexandra says, new to the channel, really liking your stuff. I live in Brazil, where I'm incredibly behind the US and Europe in the hobby, so I'm going crazy looking at all the snails and crustaceans. It's funny that you say that, because we can't get all the fish that are right there in your backyard, like Tucano tetras. We pay $30 for those inch-long tetras, yet you can just go get them, in theory, out in a river, and you're, an hour or 2 hours away. Unless you're in the south of Brazil, that is. These guys are great too. I love all gobies, but the true freshwater bumblebee goby, most companies never get it right, and they say, brackish or fresh, and it's not true. Whereas this is the only species, the Brachiogobius xanthomelus is the only one that will survive in freshwater its whole life. And it's got these weird compound kind of eyes that have like, it's not quite a nictating membrane, but kind of like that. It's like a clear bubble around their eye, and it does the cat's eye effect where it glows at night. But these guys, as bright and colorful as they are, with that bright yellow, they're teeny. They're like less than an inch usually. They're really, really cool fish. They don't school super well, but they kind of shoal and hang out together, and they kind of bounce around like gobies, you know? Been stuck on your channel ever since I watched the video about putting betta, puffers, and gudgeons together. Yeah. I wouldn't put this gudgeon with them, though. Man, these guys are bigger and meaner. The purple spotted ones, but they're cool and straightforward to breed. Also, these Indonesian micro dragons, I love mine. I've had 2 die now, though. Be careful of feeding them scuds. They've eaten so many scuds that they've choked on them, or I think maybe the exoskeleton is what they're choking on. But then I find them and they have it stuck in their mouth and they're dead, and that's happened twice now. So maybe don't feed them adult scuds or put a colony of scuds in their tank like I did. That was a real like bummer, made me sad when that happened. My eye is bugging me. The light, I've got this big bright light in my face and annoying my vision, hard to see. These are incredible too, the orange Venezuelan catfish. They're just so bright and colorful, and so many variations, so many of the Aeneas corridora. I mean, this is one. Oh, they've got black German rams for $33.99. Locally bred too, so that means locally bred to Indianapolis. Really cool. And they've got some earth eaters too. This is what I was saying. Only $11.99. Man, they've got 2 different ones. They've got the Suriname ones too. Look at his eye. He's so cute. A group of 3 juveniles still available for someone. They would go great in a like not super mean tetra tank, or I mean cichlid tank, but you know, you could have some Apisto pairs if you got like a densely weeded area, or like a really fine rockery, like a stack of rocks, a rock pile, and then some plants near it. They would go well. And then they had these really cool electric blue Jack Dempseys, but these guys can be real mean. So make sure you do your research, and if you do get these. But yeah, the earth eaters and the Bolivian dwarf cichlid, the micro geophagus, the smaller guy here. Let's see what it says here, max size. Oh, and you can still get a bunch of juveniles for really inexpensive. Nice. These are locally when I've seen them at my stores, which granted, we're not a big cichlid area in Seattle, but in my area, these guys are like $20 a pop for babies. Yeah, 20 to 30 gallons for a small group. That's not bad at all, man. They only get 3 inches. All right, I need to try these out. The Bolivian Ram. I've had the other wild ram related species, and they've always been great. Also, man, these guys are incredible. I saw these online for $100 originally, and just they've got these subdued colors, but when you look at them closely, like when the light hits them, especially if you have a black water or biotope tank, they're subtly colorful and they're just striking, especially with that big eye. And they get to be a decent size. I'm gonna say like almost a foot. Let's see. Yep, they get a foot long. Wow, man, my eyes bugging me. The other thing they're starting to carry now is Discus. So you can order Discus now. I need to get a Discus tank, and you can request a color, but they're just getting sent all sorts of different Discus. There's like different, you know, but they're all the same price, which is crazy. And they're all a good quality too. They're not bad, not bad. And obviously, they're going to be tank raised. But the other cool thing is, so this is another tank that I haven't set up in a long time, but having a shell dweller tank, these are some of the coolest ones. I love these guys. If I were a millionaire, if I were a rich man, a yaddle deedle daddle deedle daddle, a deedle daddle fish, I would get, you know, with 6 fish, you're pretty much guaranteed to get one pair out of it, if they were 50-50 gender-wise. But look at that. That's so beautiful with the yellow, and then the, man, it just looks like it's like a horse or a zebra. And then we got the Coulee Loaches, the Turkana Jewel Cichlids, Yo-Yo Loaches, Yo-Yo Loach. Oh, and then these guys get really big, captive bred. I like that it says tank raised for the smaller stuff, and then it says captive bred for these, like it's a like Jaws or something, like trying to restrain it. Let's see here. Yeah, you need at least a 300-gallon tank for these. These get up to 3.5, 4 feet long. They're really crazy. The Chinese high fin banded shark. They sell them at Petco sometimes for like $30, and which is, I guess, the same price. But it's just, man, they're selling them to people who probably have a little goldfish bowl or pond. Looks like they've also got Pandagaras back in for only $10, which around me they've been 15 or so lately. And they're tank bred, which is great because usually they're kind of poached, honestly. And they've got all these tank bred Bichers, which is quite the feat to get them tank raised, honestly. Black ghost knife fish, Dalmatian marble ghost knife fish. Oh, they've got African whiptail lizards. I need to add this to my list too. Do I get 3 guys or do I get 1? All right, I think I'll have to say 3. I can't look. My shopping cart's getting really full. That's what I'm going to be doing with the next paycheck, essentially. They have nice Gertrudes too. Also, their Farawellas are nice. And their reticulated hillstream loaches and Borneo spotted loaches are really, really beautiful. Leaf goblin butterfly fish. Look at these guys, everyone. They are cool. Yeah, this is a brackish one, but still really cool that they've got it. Man, this light killing my eyes after the sun went down. Until the conversation changed, until the sun went down. Yeah, those carp get huge for sure. Alan, what's up? Panda Loach Fun. $5. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you. So are Jack Dempsey's dwarf cichlids like rams? No. They get big or bigger, and they're mean. I'm actually surprised they're selling them on this site. I mean, I know a lot of people will keep them responsibly, but I can see people thinking, oh, it's a pretty fish, and not being prepared to take care of it. Yeah, the red whiptails. This is Aquatic Arts, and if you want a discount, Roger, I've got 15% off, and you get entered into giveaways. But, I mean, oh no, they're out of the Horseman Cory. Dang it, that was the one I wanted to buy. I mean, they were too expensive, obviously. They were really expensive, but, I mean, I guess I could have made my money back selling them and breeding them. But I've wanted those for the longest time, and I didn't pull the trigger because I hadn't gotten paid. That's a bummer. But they carry so many different fish. They also had assorted Medaka rice fish. They're sold out now. Sometimes you'll see a few things in here that aren't. They've got the Corridora pygmaeus too. Those are great. Oh, they're out of stock again. Black diamond cichlid. Man, they're just starting to carry some really impressively obscure oddball fish and hard to source fish, honestly. These are incredible. The green fire tetras, really good. Sparkling gourami is amazing. Yeah, so all these things they're out of right now, but he told me, the buyer for them told me that they'll be getting more very soon, and they should be listing more rice fish and the like. But they have good, yeah, they have good stuff right now. Still, well, that is Aquatic Arts, and I always appreciate them. I always appreciate them for supporting the channel and for stocking my tanks. That I use the commission to if you guys buy something with the discount code, I get a cut on it, and then basically they'll then send me the check or whatever, the balance, and I can buy gift cards. A lot of times I'll use the gift card money too to give you guys gift cards for contests and stuff. Other times they'll give it to me, but for the for what's it called, Fishtoberfest, they're going to be there selling stuff as well as giving away stuff. So that's going to be cool. Oh, you saw Horseman Cory's really cheap somewhere? Man, I'd like to know where. Do Ramshorn snails eat Planaria? No. Unfortunately, they do not. I think assassin snails might eat some of that stuff. What really eats them, in my experience, are scarlet batis if you don't feed them other food during that time, and sometimes peacock gudgeons will, and sometimes a betta will eat an odd one or two, but generally loaches and gouramis are the things that eat them the best, from what I've found. Well, everybody, I think we're going to, yeah, 15% off your first order, 10% off after any order in the future after that. And then you get entered into drawings that we do every 6 months or so. Usually in the holidays we do some. And then I also give out gift certificates of $50 to $100 to people in the comments who are being nice and educating others who have a question, if it's a correct answer, you know. And if they think it's correct, if it's a subjective correct answer, that still counts. But I like to do that to encourage our community to be positive. And we are. You guys are so positive, and it's been so good. I mean, you guys rock. I can't ever say enough about how happy and honored I am that we've built this thing together. You guys have helped me build it, and that it still grows and everything. I have lots of history stuff that was saved in my old phone, but it's in the works again, and I've been able to kind of remember a lot of the sources and ideas I wanted to touch on again. So we should be good to go with that soon. But yeah, so I don't have a whole lot more to say today. I think I've yammered on enough, but I want to thank you all for joining me and my furry little friend. I will talk to you guys a little later. It'll be fun to be streaming live from Aquashila, Portland version, which is called Fishtoberfest, put on by Kenny E of Danikin Aquatics. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Go check out Bentley Pasco's stream is it at 7? I think it's at 7. If you're interested. And please hit that like button if you like this, just to let me know if you did like it. Because if you guys don't like this, where we just go over fish that are kind of like, man, if I could spend a bunch of money, I'd get that. Then I don't want to do it and bore y'all. It was just, once in a while, once every 2 months or something like that, I thought it could be fun to go through various sites and find some obscure stuff and just kind of look at it. But let's see here. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get out of here. I think the next video, it could be about the history of goldfish breeding in America. I don't know. Should be pretty fun. But yeah, my eyes are bugging me from this darn halo lamp being in my eye the whole time. And then the digital blue light that I've been working on all day doing graphic design and editing stuff. So I'm going to call it a night. Oh, what a night. All right, guys. I don't know why I highlighted that, but yes. Oddball. Oh, Haley's in here. What's up? She's gonna be at the here. Yeah, she's gonna be at the Fishtoberfest too, and she represents aquatic arts as well as her awesome channel too, and rope fish and all your rope fish accessories. I have no doubt that she will be the first person to breed them. But good to see you, Haley, and I hope everybody has a great night. And yeah, send some love to the other channels you surf on tonight if anybody's chatting later, and maybe I'll join some of you. But I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to get some eye drops, and I will talk to y'allin later. Have a great one, and stay healthy. Unlike my friend Walter here. Walter is not healthy. Macbeth. What does he say? What? No, we're not going to go into Shakespeare. All right, guys, have a great night, and I'll talk to you later. Yeah, go follow up with Bentley.